My name is Wagner. I'm one of the co-founders of Eloqua. I'm the VP of Engineering, so I work with the product development team on the core product that Eloqua produces and on the quality assurance side. So, if I was thinking about purchasing a marketing automation solution, what would I consider? One of the first things I'd look at is the reliability of the platform. Reliability is important. For example, if you're doing a marketing campaign that is driving your prospects to a landing page where you have a form which you want them to fill out and capture their data, if one piece of that chain goes down, so for example the landing page isn't available, or when the form is submitted the data isn't captured, you're going to miss all the responses for your marketing campaign. The Eloqua system is currently running at about 1.3 billion transactions per day. We did a case study with Dell on the Dell hardware a few months back, and we were clocked in at about 1 billion transactions at that point. Scale and reliability in many aspects go hand in hand. To have a very high scale system, each element of that system, if you think of it working in an ecosystem or as links in a chain, each link in that chain needs to be very strong and very robust to be able to drive the high volume of data processing and data storage. That high scale directly reflects reliability because each link in that chain needs to be very strong in order to work at the high scale. So if I were looking at the reliability of a marketing automation solution, I would be interested in seeing some third-party verification around the site's uptime, such as a Gomez-type monitoring, which can provide information on how often the site goes down and how often it remains up. I would also look at large transactions like sending high volumes of email, ensure that when an email batch begins to the time when it finishes, a reasonable amount of time has elapsed. I would look at the time required to process large amounts of data both into the marketing automation system, for example from your CRM system, and out of your marketing automation system, for example running reports. So those elements taken together would give me confidence that the right investments have been made in the marketing automation system. Deliverability, the ability to get your emails out of your system into the recipient's inbox, is an extremely important part of your online marketing. For example, a 7-point drop in the sender score can result in a 10% reduction in the emails that actually end up in the recipient's inbox. If I were evaluating the email deliverability of a marketing system, I would look for high volume MTAs. I would look for the ability to have DKIM and SPF. I would want the ability to own my own IP address or set of IP addresses so that I can control the type of reputation that those IP addresses are tied to. And I'd look for a good relationship between the sending service and the major ISPs. SPF and DKIM are important elements of deliverability because these standards give the email recipients extra confidence that the email is being sent from a reputable and valid sender. I'd also look for the capability to use my own domain name as part of the email address. The reason this is important is it really provides continuity between your marketing efforts with your website and your domains that you're using to reach people via the web and the domain they're using to reach people via email. I would look for a provider that has good sender reputation and sender score as verified by a third party such as ReturnPath. ReturnPath makes their scores publicly available. I would look for a provider that gives me the tools I need to be able to monitor and understand my deliverability and email reputation, such as something that would let me see the reputation of my IP address, let me see what my emails would look like in various email clients, such as a tool that would let me send to a seed list across many different ISPs and email clients to see which emails get through into the inbox. Security is an extremely important element of a marketing automation system. The marketing automation system is going to be holding some key data on your contacts, such as their email address and contact information. I would expect that a marketing automation provider would run regular internal security audits and also external security audits. I'd want to see a set of external penetration tests into the network. I'd want to see a set of application security tests, such as a watchfire or a burp scan against the application itself. I would expect that they would have regular and secure backups made of my data. If I didn't have the resources to run my own security audit, I would look for a provider that has passed security audits from other well-known software as a service vendors, such as Salesforce.com, or passive security audits given by financial institutions which are well known to have very rigorous security standards. I'd also look for a provider who has passed a number of different types of audits, such as a SAS 70 audit, TrustE, and Safe Harbour. Safe Harbour is a certification that the European Union has given to companies and allow data to be moved out of the European Union into a country other than one that's in the EU. So that would be important to me if I was doing any marketing in Europe and in North America. SAS 70 is an auditing standard which ensures that rigorous processes and methodologies are followed. It's important to call the distinction out between the data center, which is almost always SAS 70 certified, and the actual provider, which is inside the data center. I would want both the data center and the provider to be SAS 70 certified. That lets me know that both the data center and the provider are following rigorous processes. SAS 70 ensures that the provider has controls in place that only the right people have access to the right amount of data. For example, the minimum amount of people inside the provider's organization would have access to your data. I would focus on the infrastructure, email deliverability, and security of the marketing automation provider, because those three are the key elements that let me know that my campaigns are going to go out reliably, my message is going to get to my end recipient, and my data is going to be secure.